If you had to write a book, what it would be about? Crash Course Communication by Switch life with someone just for a day. Who would that person be?
Oh, for one day
They don't
only.
want to have kids because they have a notion that once they have kid, their life is going for a toss. So,
Stop thinking what others care and stop caring what
what
others think.
legacy would you like to leave behind? When people think about, hey, what Parul, right? This is what you want people to remember. To write down that, well, I know something would be reserved for the family, but for the people, what would you like to do? Who really is Parul? We know she is coach, trainer, and all this thing, but who is Parul? Now I know that as a coach, many things you have learned, and you have been helping a lot of people. Uh, you even mentioned that you were an avid reader. You finished a book in like 4 hours, and I hope that's the same now also. Do
No.
you love reading books? No.
I rely mostly on visuals, podcasts, listening
Yes, sir.
actively.
Auditory learning.
So, if you ask me about books, yes, I do buy books, but how I read is I open any page and I start reading, and there is something that I take. So there's always something to take home when you just finish one page. But yes, I to be very honest, I don't read, but I listen to a lot many people. I listen to
Brilliant.
podcasts and
Brilliant.
but they're all random, right? They're all random. My feed, if you see, if generally people scroll through the reels and they see all those reels, but my feed only shows me people talking sense and coaches and something about the startup or something about the business. So my feeds will always show me that. So yes, I do take some knowledge from there too, and I start also in touch with many coaches, so we meet, we discuss. So those are the real life learnings. And yes, if you talk to me about the books, I prefer getting a gist. Okay, somebody give me that gist, or I'll just go to GPT and I'll read the gist about that particular book. What was it about? So that's what I do. But yeah, a lot of people say that book reading, of course, it's a great exercise for mind. Yeah, I will start someday. But if you would like to know, and why I glued through that particular book, why I glued through that particular book of Mr. Kera's, because that is written in a way as if somebody is sitting right next to you and telling you all of those things.
Would you recommend that book to people who are starting their journey, maybe as a
I
coach, trainer, or possibly just scrolling through life and just looking to build themselves? What is one book possibly that you will say, hey, this is a really good book. I recommend that everyone should read, or maybe because you like to do podcasts, listen to podcasts. What is your favorite podcast? Anything that you recommend that this is where people should start? You can, by the way, also say that okay, this podcast is the best. People should watch this.
Of course, why not? People should watch this podcast too. And the podcast that I watch Rajamani's a
Okay.
lot. And
Okay.
I do watch, there's this lady, I'm forgetting the name. Her name is Shweta. She's a parent coach.
Parent coach. Okay.
Right. Yes, she keeps coming on my feed, and I keep listening to her and her complete value system. That she has built around her podcast. It is amazing, and one must go through that. There are many people like this. Like there's this business coach also, Rajiv Talreja, if you know,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
His conversations I love to listen to, and of course Shiv Khera's page I follow, and his book You Can Win is something that I would like to recommend to everybody because I've read it, and something that I have read and something that has worked for me. Atomic Habits is something that I read, and once when I read Atomic Habits, I was like, oh, all of these things, majorly those things I'm doing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yes, so I could relate to, and that's, of course, there's reinforcement books. They come as a refresher and reminders. So it's a refresher again. If you are doing it, it's a refresher. If you're not doing it, then please do those things because that will take you to places. So Atomic Habit is something that I have also, and there's this another book that I just recently bought, which is Yogi, Life of a Yogi. It's right here.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Uh, somewhere kept here in my cupboard. So Life of a Yogi is something that one must. I started reading that. It is all about his story. And I just read 2, 3 pages. But as I said, the small font and all of those things, I feel that somebody should give me that gist somewhere, what happened. So I can jump to the conclusion and have my learnings and understanding. But yeah, need to build that patience.
Interesting question. With all the knowledge that you've gained over this year, a lot of wisdom, and especially in your line of work, uh, if you had to write a book, what it would be about?
Oh, it would be about, I have thought of it. So, this book, first of all, will not have a lot of pages to cover. This book will have proper execution, crash course
Right.
that it is going to give you. Why? Because I love those things. That's how I imbibe. Okay, you give me, I'll understand. I know the theory. If it comes to even writing, also, I'll make my theory, which will relate
Obviously,
to that.
just write at the
Right.
first page that this is
Right.
what the book is
So,
going to portray.
yeah, if ever I have to write a book, it has to be a refresher. It will definitely be in points so that people can finish it fast. And it will be a crash course on something, probably on communication or something like that.
What would you like to name it? Now that
Ah,
you thought about it.
I would like to name it as, I would like to name it as a crash course only,
Okay.
quickly,
Crash
quick.
course in communication, is it?
Communicate, crash course in communication, just read it and be done with it. Practice and make videos and do it.
Crash course communication by Parul Sood.
Or maybe, action based, or just simply read it and take action. Something activity based, something related to doing. So, well, no, not really thought of it, but yeah, if I have to write a book, it will definitely be a crash course. It will be easy to complete, it will be easy to read, and it will be easy to flip through. And you don't really have to give it a lot of time, but a lot of value is what I promise.
When are you thinking of writing this now?
I will surely write. I will surely write.
Within a couple of months, we should get that news saying that, hey, you know what? Parul is launching a book. Small book, simple book, more practical, more activity based.
Yeah.
And do give it a thought. I think I would be very happy to see your knowledge being put together in a book, or possibly even if not a book, maybe through a podcast.
Of
You know,
course, why
already
not?
doing podcast, maybe that would be the medium where people start learning. But I think yeah, a
Yes.
book is always there because it's especially if it's a physical copy, you have it. It becomes very easy for anyone
Yes.
to just go back to it, refer to it. But do give it
Correct.
a thought of writing a smaller one.
Yeah.
But
I
yes,
will, I will, I will. Thanks for the thought. What
no,
about you? Are you writing any book?
yes. Remember yesterday I was talking to you about the WARP
Yes.
framework. That is already in mind. I'm penning it down certain things day by day. I have to put it together. But now that you brought that topic up, WARPed, right? It is WARPET, named after my
Yeah,
coach,
mentor.
my mentor, Pradeep Varpe. W there is for writing your will. And that is going to be an important question, but towards the end of it, because then it gets a little serious. Before that, here is an interesting thing coming your way. Now, beautiful question. If not leadership coach, if not corporate training, what else would Parul be doing?
I would have a nursery of plants. If I'm not a leadership coach, if I don't have to really earn money, through these things, what I would do is I would have a nursery. I would have my plants. I would just take care of plants and I would see them grow. And I'll make this earth green,
Wow.
is
Wow.
what I love. I love plants. I love to grow plants. I have a small balcony. It has 21 to 22 pots of plants. That's it.
Amazing. Amazing.
So
You
yeah,
send
if
a
I have
picture
space, I
sometime
will have. Yeah, I
of
will.
all
I
the
will.
beautiful plants.
Yes, I
I
will
think,
share.
I think it, gardening as such, taking care of nature, taking care of the plants, it teaches you a lot about caring, about nurturing. Uh, and I have seen so many people, and I think this is true for many. I have seen so many people go to a nursery, get a plant, put in one corner of their home, assume that it will be just growing, and when it does not, then they're like, oh, the plant is not good, without realizing that it has to be nurtured, it has to be taken care of, and
Because
there's a lot.
yeah, so some need sunlight, some don't, and some need some other manure, some need some other manure. So you need to read about the plant, you need to understand whether it's an indoor plant or outdoor plant, whether it needs only shade or some part of sunlight, or how much it needs is all you have to read about it and then
Yeah,
work on
right.
it.
Now, the reason I was talking about it is because I realize that many a times people don't realize, just like the plants, all people you meet will have different requirements.
Yes,
If you're a manager, if you're a leader, if you're a coach,
you will know.
teacher, you have to understand that, hey, you know what, same thing will not work for same client.
Yeah,
Everyone has
correct.
different requirements. Some want more sunshine, some want more care, more water. But eventually, everyone has potential to grow
Or
and
some need support of a stick, right?
yes, yes. And I
So
think
they
when
don't.
you start, gardening, all this nature, love for nature, and that thing that you have inside of nurture, an aspect of nurture, it automatically comes to the forefront. It's
Yes,
an amazing thing, especially because I've seen so many people. Uh, if they know how to take care of a plant,
right,
they take care of people also in their life. And
correct.
I have seen so many people who have just become parents. And if they are able to take care of plants, somewhere it also helps because small things, but just
Same with
building a
pets.
discipline.
Same with pets.
Yes, yes.
People with pets get accustomed to taking care of a kid very naturally,
Mm, mm,
very quickly, because they know. Because the other person or entity, they have their own requirements,
mm.
right? So that's how you work towards it.
Wait, wait. So start a nurseries. That is what you would do if not into corporate and into coaching. Is there anything else you would have done?
Apart from being a gardener,
Yes.
okay, anything else? Yeah, I would have made food videos. I
Amazing.
love watching them, and I've made also. I have a page also on Instagram if you can go through. The name is Healthy Tadka, where yeah, Healthy Tadka is the name where I encouraged my followers to eat healthy, eat home cooked food, and
Mm,
it is easy to prepare, and it is at the same time you can even make it tastier.
mm,
So that is the page on which is kind of not very active now, but
mm.
there was a time I made it super active during COVID time, and that's how I learned the editing and stuff when I made those videos, and you must go through that. So that's on
I will
Instagram,
go
Healthy
through.
Tadka.
In fact,
Yes, Healthy
I'll
Tadka
add
is
it
the
to
name.
the description also. Add those
So
descriptions
yeah,
so that
it's
all
on
viewers can
Instagram.
actually watch it. There's a huge need for people to be taking care of their health, especially with what's happening in the world.
Yes. So I
Uh,
would have nurtured that if not this. And by the way, I started getting the brand deals also. Uh, so
Amazing.
Tata Soulful and Vijay Foods and My Fitness Junior and all healthy brands, True Elements, all of them, they approached me and they asked me to prepare reels for their products, which I did. So you can even see those there.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
So this
This,
is what I would love to nurture that more in case if gardening is not happening or if this coaching is not happening, then I would do that.
amazing. But in your case, obviously all these things are happening. You are still doing corporate training, you are doing coaching, and it is.
Corporate training is primary. Yes, that is happening. That's my primary focus. And yes, plants, I take care. 5 to 10 minutes is what you need.
Mm,
Of the kind of setup that I have, it's very small, as I said. So 5 to 10 minutes is also more, sometimes just 5 minutes. And for cooking, yes, you need that time. You need that
mm,
time to present well. Then you need to take care of the aesthetics and the beauty of the video also. You can't just simply show the ganda thing and then cover it and then make a video out of it.
right.
So yes,
Mm,
so
right.
those things, it requires a lot of time and patience and everything. But that has stopped. But sadly that has stopped, which I really don't want it to stop. And I
Maybe
I keep
once in a
putting my
week.
stories
Yeah,
once in
maybe
a while
once in
also.
a week, if you have some time to spare, you should do that. And maybe also
Maybe I'll
consider
try.
writing that book.
But
Would
with
love.
kids growing up, with their school, with their education and everything, probably. that's taking a back seat because of that.
Yes, that happens. And I'm very happy that you brought that topic because I do understand that it's very unfortunate, and I've seen some people they don't want to have kids because they have a notion that once they have kid, their life is going for a toss. So many people are not willing to take that responsibility of being a parent. They think once they become a parent, they do not have time for themselves. But obviously, it's a choice in today's world, at least, to become a parent. And being a parent is a very beautiful thing, and something very beautifully I read. A woman does not give birth to a child, but rather a child gives birth to a mother.
Mother.
Yes, you are just a woman till you have a kid, and the moment you have a kid, you become a mother, and that I feel is truly a force no one wants to reckon with, not even God, because I have heard so many stories about how one mother will fight for the child, even if it's like God of the standing, she will fight for the child, and that is something that is coming out of true love, for your child. Okay, you have obviously a very special connection with the kids, not just your kids but also students that you teach. There's a lot of things happening with the AI, and I see that effect of social media, impact of social media. AI being one, because many people now rely very heavily on things like ChatGPT for anything and everything, which I am not against, but then they don't really put in thought to even read at times what ChatGPT is replying. They just simply copy paste. So not reading through what it has put together, not even understanding what it is talking about, that I think is a challenge. And the same thing is happening with a lot of social media. For example, things like reels. Now you said very beautifully that your feed is filled with certain things, inspirational, wisdom. Unfortunately, that's not the same case with a lot of people, especially with the young people. And algorithm won't lie. So you go to someone's Instagram reel page, the feed, and you know what is actually going on in their life. What are they consuming? And as you rightly said, eating healthy, very important for the body. Similarly, I believe that consuming content, very, very important for your mind.
Correct.
What would you recommend for people, especially in this age of AI and social media? How to focus?
How to focus. I would say be a controller. Be a controller. Don't let these things control you. Right? Why I say be a controller and how I control ChatGPT, I must tell you.
Hmm.
I I write a copy and I tell ChatGPT that this is what I have written. I don't want it to be changed.
Hmm.
Okay, just fix the grammar or fix the punctuation. That's it. These are my words. I don't want them to be changed.
Got it.
And it just fixes that, as a teacher, it just
Hmm.
fixes that punctuation, spelling mistakes, and things like that, and it gives me as it is. So that's how, that's the way of controlling this GPT. So how you can control the way I'm controlling ChatGPT. Now, there's an option once you scroll through the reels, there's an option of hiding the content, not interested, you know. Whenever that shows, immediately not interested. I always put in. So I am training my algo rather than algo is working for me.
Hmm.
So what you can do is you can train your algo. You can train your GPT to work for you because these are what man-made things only, right?
Just tools.
We need to have control over them, not they have control, because the moment you, and same happens with everybody. Okay, same happens in our real life also. The more we try to give other person take control over us, the more we only give them liberty, right, to take control over us, and they do that. So these tools are nothing but those the same things. You are giving them the opportunity to control you. So better is when once you are using ChatGPT, first apply your mind and then refine the work that you've done, not seeking or taking everything from GPT and then and then presenting it to somebody that this is my mind, because the other person would know. People understand these days, they make out, they understand the language, because the kind of language ChatGPT gives, it's very formal, it's not human, very formal. I can even give you 5 6 words that ChatGPT will give you. unlock, reinforce, and thrilled to announce, or what do you call it? There are many words
No, no,
which
very true.
we use.
Especially with a lot of emojis that is being placed here and there, you can easily see it's this AI writing it.
Right.
Beautiful. But I like your thought on how we should not let AI or social media control us, but rather have that sort of discipline that we are in control at all times.
Right.
Especially for all the people who are watching, especially the young, be really mindful of what you're consuming, because what you consume is technically what you are going to become. As Parul said, consume things which is helping you learn something new, grow, and that is what you need to be actually doing. So use ChatGPT, use all the social media, but for your growth, for your learning. Yes, that is a very beautiful point that is said. Taking control of AI, taking control of social media. Perfect. Now, we are just moving towards the end of the podcast with a couple of basic questions, but important ones. One of the interesting things that I've started doing in my podcast is I have a deck of cards, and there's a lot of random questions. So I'm not going to pick them for you, but you do it for yourself. Okay.
How?
So yeah, so I'm just shuffle these, and whenever you think, okay, you want me to stop, ask me to stop. And
Okay,
then,
okay.
whatever is the question, if you're comfortable, do answer, okay?
Yeah, yeah, sure. All right, stop.
Okay. Okay, if you could switch life with someone just for a day, who would that person be?
Oh, for one day only.
Yes, for one day.
Who would that person be if I want to switch my life with someone?
Yes.
I would like to probably do it with with probably Priyanka Chopra.
Oh, amazing. Good choice.
Sometimes I feel that my thought process matches with her a lot. And because whenever I see her, I've been following her for a very long time, from the time she's been in this industry. So it's been what, close to 20 years, and it's somewhere I feel that her talks are very inspiring and something that I also abide by, and I also I feel that I feel that somebody is speaking on my behalf sometimes whenever I see her speaking.
Right?
So I would like to, but again, that would not be switching, right? That would be again going to the same mindset. But yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
just for a day though, you get to
Yeah.
live a life, and then
Yes.
interestingly, she also will become Parul, right, for a day. So she also
She,
experienced
I
how
don't
you
know
have
whether
to
she
live.
may want to be there or not, but yeah, I would like to just live for once, for one day, and then be back.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, now we are moving to the more serious sort of questions about. Is this something now that you have been doing a lot of things like corporate training, coaching? Given a choice, you said you would also love to do gardening and maybe write a book. Uh, Maybe also do videos for food. There's a lot of things, and I truly believe that we uh, we think about ourselves in a certain way, but that is not who we are entirely. So who you are with your family versus who you are with a friend, all of us have different masks for different people. So sometimes, as you rightly said, meditation would maybe help to go within and find the true yourself. So here's that simple question: who is Parul in real sense? Who is the real Parul? If you had to possibly describe yourself, maybe in a statement or two, who really is Parul? We know she is coach, trainer, and all this thing, but who is Parul?
Okay, is Parul is always for growth, be it her growth or be it somebody else's. It always inspires me. People growing and I grow, it is what I feel it should go in sync. And Parul is for growth. Parul is non-judgmental, and I don't. I always appreciate people to start. I always, ask them to begin, just to take that leap. You know. So this is what Parul is. All for growth, all for motivation, and all for your support, and totally non-judgmental. I don't judge people when they
Amazing,
begin.
amazing. And I think a lot of people might not come even close to this because although people might be motivating others, they might be, all for growth, but being non-judgmental sometimes is not that easy. I know as a coach that is one of the prerequisites. You have
Yes.
to be
Yes.
non-judgmental. But here is one of the interesting concept that comes to me. It's called Pygmalion effect, if you've heard about this. Pygmalion, Pygmalion effect. I'll put that in the description as well. But Pygmalion effect is basically saying that if I lower down my expectation from my dear ones, from my students, from my clients, automatically what happens is their performance drops. So what I believe, if I believe that, hey, you know what, my child is gifted, and with that belief, I treat the child in a certain way, automatically the child sees that, hey, you know what, mommy, daddy, they believe in me, they start to perform better. Same with your employees, same with your clients also. The minute as
Correct.
coaches we say that you have potential, you might not be able to see it, I can see it,
Yes.
and then they are like, hey, you know what, maybe Mariana's Parul, they are saying that I have potential, maybe there is. And then they adapt, they transform themselves, they actually perform well.
Yes, they do. Tried and tested. Seen that.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, have you found the purpose of your life now that you have
Uh,
been doing all this thing? But do you think that this is what you would like to continue doing? This is
yes.
meaningful.
Yes. This is what I like to do because
Hmm.
whenever I transform any life, it gives me a different kind of motivation. Probably people are high on, you can say, vodkas and whiskey, and I get high on seeing other people's performance. And when they crack an interview, or when they do good, and when they come and tell me, or when they, without my asking, when they give me a recommendation on LinkedIn, so that makes my day. It's like, oh my god, have I really changed him, or have I really transformed this person? So that is one kind of thing that, yes, this is what I love to do. This gives me my happiness, and I would like to be consistent into trainings and coaching, because that's the way I live my purpose.
This is beautiful. So you have found a purpose that, you know what, I need to be helping people, um, and you want to do good to them, regardless whether they come back and say, hey, you know what, thank you, Balu, you did this to us, because of you we have got here. If they do,
But
it is good.
when they do, no, somewhere, you feel really nice. It happens to, see, I
But,
won't say that this, see, people, those who say that this doesn't affect us, they're totally lying. They're lying. I'm telling you, they're lying. Because this affect everybody. People
yes.
coming to you and they telling you that you brought out a change in their life, believe me, it makes us do more. It motivates us somewhere. And we all are working for motivation. Somebody has money as motivation, somebody has regard as motivation, and somebody has appreciation as motivation. So everybody's motivation is different. And yes, this my motivation is something that when people really acknowledge, and when they come and tell me that, Parul, this happened, and we are able to do it, and thank you so much, or something like that, it gives me motivation. It gives me, because I am a person, I am very expressive, so I want others also to be expressive. And I feel, sometimes it so happens that you're done with the class and everything, and people are quiet about things.
Hmm.
So I don't like quiet people. I said, come on, say it. Even if it was a problem, tell me, I'll improve.
Correct.
So because
Correct.
that's the way you get feedback too, right?
Great. Right. Absolutely love that part of
Since
it.
I am a yapper, I talk. I believe people also, to express themselves, because what what worse will happen? How much can you go wrong? First of all, you tell
Hmm.
me. How much? कितना ही
Correct.
गलत हो जाएंगे ना लाइफ में,
Correct. So
right?
that's a very good approach that you have. A lot of people, trainers, coaches, uh, once they are in the industry for a certain time, they think they know best. So not many, I'll be very honest, not many actually go out seek feedback. So the fact that you're doing it, hats off to you, and it's a very
Thank you.
good quality that you have, and I truly appreciate you for that. Okay, so helping others, and once in a while, if those people are also coming back saying, "Pound, thank you," that also motivates. So I read something, I think it's a Chinese proverb. It said, "When the student is ready, the teacher appears."
The teacher appears. True.
Yes. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. And I think That is exactly what you're doing. So you are in someone's life, you're teaching them, whether it's your client, corporate, individual, or even students. When you're teaching them, they are learning. You are in their life, but then when they're really ready, you move out of their life, but they still remember you for the impact you had on their life. And this is what you would like to do because this is what you feel
This
that
keeps me going. This keeps me
yes,
going.
you have found your purpose. You have found your purpose. It gives meaning to you, to your life, and this is beautiful. What sort of legacy would you like to leave behind? When people think about, hey, Parul, right? This is what you want people to remember you for.
I feel the legacy that I want to leave behind is being an open minded person, and don't let tradition hamper your success. When I say tradition hamper your success, because of late I have noticed people are becoming more superstitious, I would say. And earlier this was not the case. Now I feel that they always have ये करने से ऐसा हो जाएगा, वो करने से वैसा हो जाएगा.
Expand on this.
Expand on this.
ये करने से ऐसा हो जाएगा ऐसे. I have some
Because
people.
because they trust others. When people do that, they do that too. So find your purpose. Once you find yourself, once you find your purpose, once you are connected to yourself, it won't matter. So when they think of me, they probably would think of me as an open-minded person, somebody who never judged anybody through their caste, religion, or creed, or color, from where they come from, because everybody has that potential to grow, is what I want to be known for. Totally, non-discriminatory in that on that front, if
No
you would
judgment,
say,
no discrimination.
because
Yeah.
everybody has that potential, and it doesn't matter where you come from. You can always and always be the best in what you do and what you're good at. It doesn't matter from where you come. Even if you're coming from Dharavi or slum or wherever, you have the potential. You can prove the world wrong. So when I say tradition hampers success, yes, traditions do hamper success, because people are becoming a lot of superstitious and orthodox these days, which I feel earlier it was not the case. Uh, Somewhere I feel that people are divided in their approach towards anything when it comes to, because they say one should do it, so everybody will start doing it. So one should not wo bhed chal wala approach chhod ke, if everybody starts to find their own purpose and start to connect with themselves and their being more, they probably will connect with the truth.
In fact, you obviously know this, and the viewers, if they have been tuning for the previous episodes as well, they will know this, that the entire reason of starting this podcast is so that one, we obviously look at people's journey, their challenges, their lessons, what are they doing, how are they helping people. So if there is someone in my network, in my connections, and they are like, hey, I need someone in Mumbai or in Pune, do a corporate training. But I would need someone who I can resonate with, whose values are the same as my corporate values or possibly my own personal values. I would want that sort of trainer, I would want that sort of coach. Through the program, this is the entire podcast, the idea is that we also have visibility for Parul saying that, oh, here she is. Also, there has to be a lot of inspiration that people take saying that, what Parul said made a lot of sense. I also want to be like her. But the way you found purpose, and that is in fact one of the important aspects, I would also want people to lead life which is meaningful, filled with purpose. You have found your purpose. What if, one thing that you recommend for someone who's struggling now, struggling to find their purpose? They don't know whether, yes, I'm working, maybe, I have a house, a home loan, I have a car loan, I'm considering whether I should get married, not married, should I have kids? So they are in that phase of life, maybe
Okay,
in their 30s,
got it,
40s,
got
and they
it.
are like, लाइफ के साथ करना क्या है पता नहीं चल रहा. So कहाँ
Okay,
से
I'll
start
tell you.
करना है?
Very easy approach, I'll tell you, and which I want everybody to, start in their career life, or when they are struggling. One thing that will never let you down. One thing that will never let you down, and one thing that will let you down. I'll tell you both. One thing that will let you down is the overthinking.
Overthinking. Yeah.
Yes. And one thing that will not let you down is taking action. Right. So keep taking action one after the other, and there will be clarity. You will see your purpose. You will get the direction. You can only get the direction once you take action. Without taking action, you will always be crowded with, overthinking. There would be struggles. There would
Several.
always be problems,
Mm, mm.
setbacks also, then, because you are prepared for that. You are preparing yourself for the negative things. You
Correct.
need to prepare yourself for the positive things. Action, 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 without thinking. Stop thinking what others care and stop caring what others think. Just take action.
It's a beautiful line. That is a beautiful line. You mind repeating that once again so it just
Okay.
puts in that mind.
Stop thinking what others care and stop caring what others think.
Wow.
Stop will make you stop overthinking, and once you stop overthinking, it will lead to action, and actions will lead you to purpose.
Wow. Beautiful. Hmm. Action to purpose. Yes, that's beautiful and very practical. It's not just some theory that you should be doing this that. Like for example, I read this book called Ikigai. It also helps people to say this is what I would want to do. This is how I find my purpose. But I think your is a more practical approach. You do certain things, and in doing it, you start realizing whether this is what you want to do or not. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Uh, Remember yesterday while we were speaking, I said writing your will. I know a lot of people have not thought about it, and I'm not trying to scare anyone. In fact, the first time I keep telling this to the other participants, guests also, that the first time I tried talking about this, writing your will, as in writing like a proper will, that if I die, what will my sister, my brother, my wife, my children, what will they get? What my immediate family gets in terms of material possession, in terms of other things. And the challenge was when I was talking to someone, a very good friend of mine, he said, "Stop acting like an LIC agent. You're scaring me. You're talking about death, and you want me to do certain things, write down, but I don't know how to write down because I don't want to think about death." उनके दिमाग में क्या था that I have long life to live. So my simple question: how are you so certain about it? Because I have seen that very closely, and with the recent incident, a lot of things that's happening in the world. We don't know when our time is up, when we are called, but whatever time we have here left on earth have to be meaningful, have to have some sort of impact. So, uh, yesterday when we spoke about it, I hope it gave you some time to reflect. If you had to write down that will, I know something would be reserved for the family, but for the people, what would you like to do for the people?
When it comes to writing a will, and believe me, I'm giving a thought to it, to this question right now only. When you said it, I'll just, because I told you that impromptu works the best with me. And if I plan and prepare, I will forget what I thought. Right? So, if you're talking about the will, and definitely, I think that it's not about the finance and it's not about the monetary things that I own. It is definitely about what legacy I'm leaving behind for people, those who are connected with me today.
Yes.
So, if you talk about the will, I'm leaving for my husband. I would like to leave for him lessons on not lessons actually, lessons would be a wrong word. I would say examples, great examples of what truthfulness, honesty, and true love is what I want to leave for my husband. And
Beautiful.
for my kids, I would like to leave some lessons and some examples of how to lead a beautiful life. And you can overcome every problem if you give it a thought. So
Mm.
it's not about overthinking. No, giving a thought is not overthinking. Giving a thought is about uh, fighting with the problem and overcoming it. So I would like to give them all the solutions that we do daily. Some learning they pick up so that they know how to lead their life beautifully. And also one thing in all for everybody, wherever you put your hands in, or on whatever thing you put your hands in, just make it beautiful, make it creative, make it lovely. So whatever place you are, by your thoughts, by your actions, and by your words, make them beautiful, make them worth living for others, so that
Mm.
when you leave that place, they should get, a safest place to take your place.
Wow. Anything for your students, clients, or people who usually follow you through social media, whose life you have touched and had a lot of influence, something for them? What sort of legacy you want to leave for them? In your will, if you have to write down, hey, you know what, for all of you, this is what I want you also to
Okay,
do.
for all of them, I am pretty much making so many videos, and my lessons are always there. And those lessons, whichever whatever I'm putting it on social media, on Instagram, and even on LinkedIn, and all the learnings, all the articles that I'm putting out, they're all my experiences, and they're all authentic pieces of knowledge which I want them to go through, because when you go through somebody's videos, you don't have to pay anything, right? You simply have to
Mm.
go through and just have that wisdom and have that knowledge. So those are the things which I would like to leave behind when I'm not there, is for the world to go through and see and learn something from that. And yeah, one advice I would like to give, although from the will, that one advice I would like to give to my clients and my followers and my the students, whoever's lives I have touched and I would be touching, or who, even if they don't talk to me, they follow me. One thing I would like to say is, make your personal brand. That is super important. Make your personal brand. Come out more in public, talk about things, have an opinion about things. It is always good to have opinions, rather than following people for their opinions and then do wrong to yourself. Have your opinion, find your purpose, have your personal brand ready. A personal brand could be anything that you're good at. Start from there, because you, as I said, you keep taking action, you will see the clarity. you will
Mm.
also you will also see clearly what you don't want to do. Something that you had been doing, that clarity also you'll get. Now I don't want to do this, I will do this only. So
Wow.
yes, to get clarity is what start today. Start making personal brand. Get okay making videos. Get Because video making is something that is the future.
Mm.
Don't leave it. Like, keep making videos. Keep impromptu speeches ready, and have opinions about things, is what I want to tell them. One should have opinions.
That is
For
beautiful.
politics, for religion, for everything, they should have opinions. They should not follow others, but listen to their instincts.
Mm. And that is very profound and very beautiful. And put out content. That is what Pablo is recommending all of us, including me. And I'll take that advice for sure. And I'm going to make a lot of content, maybe through the podcast, maybe through social media, maybe in terms of writing something. But I am going to do that for sure. So, Pablo, I have to tell you one thing. Through this podcast, you have touched my life as well. There's a lot of things that I've in fact noted down. These are going to be my treasured possessions. I'm going to look back at it, learn something about your life, as well as about the lessons that you want me to take from this entire conversation. This has been absolutely hands down one of the best conversations that I had so far onto this podcast. And once again, Parul, thank you so much for taking the time and efforts to come on to this podcast and talk to us, give us an insight into your life, personal, professional, how you grew, the challenges you faced, but most importantly, the things that you're doing. I would highly recommend and request rather that wherever possible, do conduct a session on personal branding. I'll be more than happy to post about it, repost it on my social network so that you get more and more people signing up for your maybe masterclass on personal branding, so that people actually learn about it. And all the best writing that book. It was a very, very beautiful and profound conversation that I had with you. Parul, thank you so much once again. To all those people who are watching, what is that final message that you have for them?
To all those people, those who are watching, a message that I would like to give is, well, there are so many messages that I have given in this conversation. One message would be that be true to yourself, get connected to yourself, find your purpose, and you can find your purpose very easily. Just connect the dots of what people tell you about yourself, what you're good at, if you don't know what you're good at, because people, they observe and they tell you what you're good at. So that is one way of finding out what you're good at. And second way of finding is connect with yourself, and then you will know your purpose. Then you will know what you're good at, what your hobbies are, where you want to devote more time into, and how that can also be converted into business. Because see, that's the order of the day. When you know something, when you are better than others in knowing something, it is always good to impart knowledge. And when you get paid for it, is the byproduct of taking actions and getting into getting into your job deeply. So this is what the message I would like to give. And thank you, Maria Das, for having me on this beautiful podcast. Because this is not only giving you those insights of what my life is all about. Probably it is one of the things that has also helped me introspect
Mm.
and to know what I am good at and how my thoughts are
Very true.
aligned. So that's one more thing. Because whenever you are in a podcast, you are being you are given a lot of questions, and you need to think about them and you just speak. And when you think about them and when you speak, they are really really honest, because you have no time to prepare and plan. So this is what it is. And yeah, so it's been great, it's been wonderful. Thank you, Maria Das, again for having me on this podcast.
It's a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you very closely to
Yes.
reach out to more people who can learn about leadership coaching, personal branding, and a lot of other topics that you cover. I would love possibly to collaborate with you on one of the master classes or one of the events where your connection and my connection can get them together, and together build that sort of community where people learn, grow, and build that sort of legacy that you are looking for.
Of course, and it is not about the competition, it is always about the collaboration, is
Very
what I
true.
believe in. Yeah.
Very, very, very true, and that
Yeah.
is very, very beautiful. Thank you, Parul, once again for
Thank
tuning in.
you. Thank you so
It
much.
was
Thank you so much,
brilliant.
Maria Das, for having me. Signing off.